Patreon. I'm super excited to be launching this page finally. Let me tell you a little bit about Beyond the Frets and what you can hope to expect to find on this Patreon page. Well, my name is Zach Jones and I run Beyond the Frets. That's kind of my catch-all name for a podcast entitled Beyond the Frets, where I interview my favorite guitar players, educators, and composers. I am a professional guitarist. I've been in the Columbus, Ohio region for about 10 years now. I have a bachelor's and master's in jazz performance, and I've spent, the better part of a decade being a sideman, a band leader, a composer, arranger, an educator, all sorts of things. I've played with bands like Doc Robinson and Mojo Flow, The Coasters, artists like Ryan Keberle and Jaleel Shaw, and Blue Lou Marini Jr., and Safety Squad, and I play with my own trio, the Zach Jones Trio. That's kind of my artistic outlet. And right now I'm teaching at Capital University at my alma mater, and also Truman State University, where I teach guitar lessons and ensembles and classes. I've interviewed people like Ben Monder and Sean Purcell and Taylor Roberts and Adam Levy and Frank Potenza and all sorts of other cats. I have 14 episodes up, all on every platform that you can think of to find your podcasts. So this Patreon, first and foremost, supports the work that I do on the podcast, because I do everything by myself. I produce, I do the interviewing, I do the editing, I do the mixing and mastering, and then I do the release and all the promo. So it's a one-man show, and that is, of course, a lot of work. It is not free. So this Patreon, first and foremost, like I said, will support the continuation of the podcast, because it's something I really hold near and dear to my heart, and I've been getting so much great feedback, and I just want to keep doing it forever. The next thing that you're going to find in this Beyond the Frets Patreon page is sort of a connection to my Instagram page. So my Instagram is @BeyondTheFrets, go figure. And that's where I post a lot of my lessons, short little lessons on everything from harmony, triads, and versions, to chord soloing, to how to play over a blues, or maybe I'll show a transcription of a country solo, or all kinds of stuff. I really just throw up any topic or idea that's on my mind and do a little lesson on it. Now, a lot of people ask to get the PDFs or the tabs for the little excerpts that I play. As a Patreon member, you will have exclusive access to all of those PDFs in notation, standard notation, and tabs. So all the little reels that I do that are about a minute long, I will transcribe myself and throw them up just for you to kind of dig into. The other aspect is I will be releasing exclusive interviews and content from the podcast, in addition to weekly 10-minute or so lesson videos just for the Patreon members. So I will upload a video lesson. It will come with a PDF and some other materials, maybe a Spotify playlist or YouTube playlist here and there. And again, it'll kind of be like a long version of my typical Instagram videos, where I choose a topic and I kind of expand upon it for about 10 minutes or so and kind of give you my kind of spiel about whatever I'm going to talk about. You can also expect about a monthly Q&A session with me. This will be a live video session with my Patreon members, where you can just kind of be casual and hang out. That's what I like to do most of the time. I hope that my teaching style is very colloquial and conversational, and I'm very easy to approach. At least that's what I hope, like I said. And these Q&As will be, could be something about one of the lessons I posted that month, or you can really ask me anything and we can kind of dive into whatever topic you're interested in. I really want people to find a space where they feel comfortable and excited to learn about their instrument, no matter the genre. Even though I certainly call myself a jazz guitarist, I play everything from rock to pop to funk, a little bit of country, and sort of everything in between, classical, Brazilian. Besides doing so much playing live, I love playing live and improvising, my passion is educating. One of the things that I've found with guitar pedagogy is that there's so much information, so much misinformation out there with how to deal with this instrument, because this electric guitar is in every idiom and genre that's popular nowadays. And for all of those different genres and styles, there's that many different ways to approach and learn it. And I know that with my students, they come to me saying, well, there's so much information out there on YouTube or Instagram that I actually don't know where to start. I don't know if I'm going in the right direction. I don't have that direct feedback. So this is going to be a place for you to share what you're doing as well. And I can give you comments and feedback, in addition to me kind of giving some directions as to what my patrons want to be learning about. Because you, dear patron, will be directing exactly the content that's going to be happening. I don't have an agenda. The agenda is to make you a better guitar player, to hopefully give you content and interviews and lessons, etc., that will make you a better guitarist and musician and hopefully even a better human. So this Patreon thing, it's new to me, and I know there's going to be some bumps along the way, and I really want people to be involved and invested and feel like we can be transparent with each other. So the cost is $12 a month right now, and again, that's going to include supporting the podcast, getting exclusive podcast interviews and content, getting a weekly 10-minute or so video lesson with PDF and tabs, etc. Also notation of my Instagram reels, plus a monthly Q&A and a chance to interface with me kind of one-on-one or in a small group setting. But I hope you really consider joining my Beyond the Frets Patreon, and please share this with anyone that you might think would be interested in joining this community. Thank you so much.